Welcome, Lancers. Welcome, class of 2020. We miss you so dearly. We miss you so dearly. It's nice to be together, even in virtual form like this. It's really been a delight to welcome some of you all to Longwood House over the weekend to recognize all you've done. We are so incredibly proud of you. And it would be a far finer thing, no doubt, to be together. But if there is one certainty about 2020, it is that everything is uncertain, and this is a year we will never forget. But to mark the celebration, we do have some of the great luminaries in the firmament of Longwood here with us to offer some words of welcome, words of wisdom. We have your senior class president of the class of 2020, Emma Chiambolva, and then we have the great Haley Pinnell, SGA president for the academic year 20, and then we have our rector, Eric Hansen, who will close things out. And I will bring them forward one by one to lay a word upon us. Welcome you all. And Emma, will you please come forward and offer some thoughts?
Greetings, friends, family, alumni, and of course, the graduating class of 2020. I want to start by thanking President Reevely and everyone involved with this occasion for allowing our class to be celebrated this weekend. You have shown the utmost care for our well-being during this difficult yet momentous time. Most importantly, thank you to the class of 2020 for allowing me to be your president and for keeping your spirits high throughout the end of our senior year. Your sense of hope certainly seeped into the entire Longwood community. Like any graduating senior, I often look back on our first few days on campus, what it felt like to walk on Wheeler Lawn for the first time, or heading into our freshly decorated dorm rooms on movement day. I remember walking into Jarman Hall for the first night of our freshman year, which was the first night of New Lancer Days. You could feel the energy, excitement, and jitters everyone had, just itching to explore all Longwood had to offer. I can feel that same energy, only virtually today. Flash forward to October of that year, our class was fortunate enough to experience the 2016 vice presidential debate, most of us barely knowing our way around campus. I was lucky enough to be picked as a volunteer, like some of us listening today. That experience is where my decision on a university had solidified and proven itself. Longwood came together, students and community, which created a lasting impression on me. It had a joyous impact on my college experience, and I'm sure it did for most of you as well. We were then able to join some illustrious clubs and extracurriculars. Involvement is an important aspect of our campus life, and I have yet to meet one student who hasn't experienced a Longwood University organization. Some have joined SGA like myself, who have met some of the most driven and motivated people you will ever encounter. Others have found their home in fraternity and sorority life, and have made lasting connections that will welcome them into a lifelong bond with one another. No matter what we were able to experience or the memories and friendships that have been made, we now have Longwood to thank for that. What a blessing that is for so many. Although we highlight the past memories and reflect, let us not think our journey is over. It is just the beginning. We will transition from sporting blue and white to our new uniforms, representative of our new passions, careers, and new professions. The path we are beginning to walk on is uncertain. Where will my job lead me? What are the places I will travel? What does my future look like? I will admit, one of my biggest fears is the unknown. One thing I am certain of, however, is my confidence in my studies and what Longwood was able to expose me to. We are so lucky to have been able to attend a university who is committed to creating citizen leaders and teaching us what it means to be ahead of the pack. As we embark on our journeys into the world, fear not. Although the unknown of our time is intimidating, be still and trust in the fact that our education and experiences have prepared us. We have absorbed the pulse of this university and are ready to share that with the world ahead. Graduates, congratulations, and always remember, go Wood.
Thank you, Emma. That was absolutely beautiful. Madam President, it was so wonderful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, we have Haley, our SGA president. Madam President, will you please come forward to offer a word?
Hello, everyone, and thank you, President Reevely, for everything that you've done for us in our class. I had a plan for my senior year. It was going to be perfect. I had the perfect involvements, the perfect friends, the perfect future, and all of it was in a word, perfect. I even had the perfect graduation speech because we were supposed to graduate on May 16th, which is the anniversary of Joan of Arc becoming a saint. I mean, how perfect is that? And then all of a sudden, it wasn't. Now, I'm emphasizing and overusing the word perfect for a reason. As I sat home with my family on the 7th day confined to our house from the COVID-19 pandemic, we found my dad's old computer. We miraculously got it to work again, and we started going through everything and stumbled onto a file folder from my grandfather's funeral. We found the speech that my dad gave, and we took the time to read it all together. My dad's speech had this line in it repeated over and over again, nunquam perfectus semper fidelis. That means never perfect, always faithful in Latin. As I realized when I read it that I never needed a perfect year, I needed a faithful one. Life is not about being perfect, it's about being dependable. Someone that can be relied on, counted on, leaned on. Someone that when you feel like the sky is falling and nothing is going your way, they'll offer the comfort and support that makes you feel like you can make it through. So my advice to you, Longwood's class of 2020, is to focus on being the most faithful version of yourself, and you won't be disappointed. Thank you.
Madam President, that was beautiful. It really was. You guys both have outdone yourselves. Haley is also the Dan Daniel Award winner for the class of 20, the Dan Daniel Prize for Scholarship and Citizenship. Congratulations on that too, Madam President. And it is now my honor to introduce my great friend, our rector, Eric Hansen, and call him to the podium for a word of welcome. Mr. Rector.
Thank you, President Reevely. Welcome, class of 2020, along with family and friends of all of our accomplished graduates. This is your special day, seems to be underwhelming in these challenging times. Today's celebration, while not a perfect substitute for a splendid graduation on the lawn in full view on campus, it's still memorable and a unique occasion nonetheless to reflect on your amazing accomplishment. Rather than a large celebration, today is a special day for close family and friends. In these uncertain times, it is time to take a moment and reflect on life's priorities, family, friends, and how we may support each other during this crisis. Like for all of us, COVID has been very personal for my family. With all the precautions and protocols in place, next week is the first opportunity I will have to visit my parents, both in their mid-80s, in the past 7 months. Regrettably, due to all the safety precautions of this visit, I cannot be here to celebrate in person with you all. I shared a bit of this story at your convocation in the fall of 2019, and it seems right and fitting to bookend the story, which in a COVID world seems so long ago, in a cruel twist of irony. My parents have always been stout proponents of education and played a pivotal role in my success. My father, at age 16, contracted polio, a debilitating and paralyzing disease which impacts the breathing system often. Doctors said he would never speak or eat again. He not only regained his ability to speak and eat, but went on to be his high school class president, to go to Boys State, and later received a scholarship to engineering school, and he went on to have a successful career at Corning Glassworks. By the way, Corning makes the Gorilla Glass on your smartphones that you'll probably be using later today to snap all those great pictures. Polio is an indelible mistress. This disease of the youth turns into post-polio syndrome with age. I almost lost my dad last year. His vocal cords, damaged from years of polio, collapsed, cutting off his breathing, and he had to have an emergency tracheotomy. Now he has a ventilator at night, and eating, one of the simple pleasures in life for him, now consists of pureed food and daily tube feedings. Now this all sounds like a really bum deal if you were in my dad's shoes. Yet through his struggle, my father has never complained. He's never wasted energy commiserating on how unfair it was, nor did he fall into the negativity of the victim. Even today, he starts every day with a smile. He still exercises on a bike and lifts weights. His positive attitude earned him the endearing nickname from his caregivers of Sweet John. In today's polarizing environment, where we are all facing challenges, both individually and collectively as a society, we could use more sweet in the world. Some have compared coronavirus today to the polio or tuberculosis of the past. Jonas Salk cured polio with his famous vaccine in a rarely short period of time as disease standards go, even experimenting the vaccine on himself and his family before it was approved en masse to the population. Tuberculosis took a lot longer to root out. Treatments gradually improved, methodologies and deliberate approaches to quarantine, social distance, isolation, etc. What type of pandemic will COVID bring? Nobody knows. Like my father and past generations, we all will face adversities. I realize 2020 has been a challenge for you all and a disappointment, and every generation must face its own season. For the Game of Thrones fans in the world, winter may not be coming, winter may have already arrived for 2020. Your time at Longwood has prepared you to face these challenges head on. Last week, the President of the United States tested positive for COVID. In the 1920s, another future president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, caught polio and went on to become a 4-term president of the United States. They say history doesn't repeat itself, but it often rhymes. It is in the hardest times that the true character of leaders is tested. Metal sharpens metal, and hard times sharpen the character of these leaders. In a nation so divided, we need leaders with humility, who ask questions, and continually seek new perspectives. Rest assured, Longwood has prepared you for this season and this test of our citizen leaders. Lancers, your Longwood experience has prepared you for this unique moment in time, and you are ready to contribute to the hard work with spirit, grace, and poise. Be strong, be humble, and because the world needs it right now, be sweet. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rector, Chair of our governing board. That was wonderful. Class of 20, this is a moment of farewell in its way, but never goodbye with the alma mater. This is your home forever, and it is all the more bittersweet to celebrate this transition, this rite of passage for you all, and the way COVID has forced all of the world to do such things these days. But you are on the heart of the alma mater always. And increasingly, as time goes by, you will have so much on your shoulders, so many matters of great circumstance and importance. And increasingly, year by year, the alma mater itself will be in your hands as well, your faithful hands. It is traditional for me to close a graduation by reading the back of my chain of office, words written about our great patron hero, Joan of Arc, about 600 years ago, who, in the moment of victory, remains inaccessible to vanity and hate, who, in the midst of popular enthusiasm, lives in humility and prayer, who, in the universal crush of ambition, covets neither profit nor honors. Go and do great good, Lancers. Godspeed.